did I get to where I'm at? As in my other videos alluded, I had a gastric band. It was a weird procedure. It was done back in 1995. They don't do it again. Gain weight. And then, life happens. Apparently, so it was stapling the stomach instead of sewing it up and removing it. So staples were gone. And long story short, got a sleeve in 2017. And I got all the way from 300 to 219, my lowest, which I believe was like December 2019, I think. And then it's slowly creeping up again. And I got all the way up to like 260. And I followed through with all of my checkups with my surgeon. We're supposed to go in annually, make sure my blood work is good and all that jazz. And she's taking care of me, which is nice. But it was starting to creep up. I mean, at first I felt bad back in 2019 that like, I'm really plateauing. I'm really not losing any more weight. Pretty stable. But she was always very, glasses half full and reminding me how much weight I had lost and all of these things. But whenever like COVID hit, it really, and my stresses, my dog died, my dad has diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, a lot of drama, I'm not even going to go into, but everyone had a tough year, and I was no exception. And so she said, when, assuming things open up, I have this procedure that I think would really benefit you. It's called, so there's 2 ways to pronounce it, duodenal or duodenal switch. And I had read about it. And was interested, but it's scary. Of course it's scary. It's a permanent thing where it reduces how much you absorb, how much nutrition you absorb, by rerouting your intestines. So, but I trust her. And I've read a lot of positive things, and I want to be here for as long as possible for my girls. And, I want to live a healthy life. So I said, yes, let's book it. She said, as long as COVID starts, as long as everyone behaves and, we can get you in, as long as they don't cancel elective surgeries, basically. And they didn't. So in March 2021, on the 9th, I had my surgery. And, it was okay. There was some pain, I think I had more pain with that than I did with my sleeve. I think they were doing more in more places. Ooh, it was robotic, so that was kind of cool. Robotic surgery. So my surgeon still did it, but she was like in the other room, and I don't know. I need to go YouTube and find what it really looks like. But anyhow, the most painful part was whenever I asked the nurse, I need the Dilaudid, basically, because my pain had already gotten down a little bit, so I wasn't taking Dilaudid regularly, but I knew, so the next day I had to be in the hospital for 2 nights, and let me think, so the next morning, so after night number 1 in the morning, I knew I was going to go get my big test to see if there were any leaks, to see if I could drink. So all I had for like the full rest of the day and over the night was this, you know, that little swabby thing you shove in your mouth and get your mouth wet, and couldn't swallow anything. But you know what? It was fine. As long as I was able to wet my mouth, it was fine. I slept a lot. And as long as I wasn't moving, I wasn't hurting. But it was that rolling over, like engaging those stomach muscles, hurt. But it was the same kind of hurt that, like, if I have really bad back pain, like, you know, it wasn't like I was going to die or anything. I think the worst really was around a 5 on the scale. So recommend this to anyone else who's doing it. Make sure they only gave me like 1 Dilaudid, I think, or I don't know what the dosage they had, but she didn't give me much. And I could tell because I didn't feel like that drugged up high. And I wish that she had did. And for everyone else, make sure you get enough pain medicine in you for the test, because you're going to have to roll over and move a lot, because they're going to want to see that whenever you drink the stuff that lights up, you know, and they're going to watch your stomach and they want to watch it empty into the newly connected intestines. And that's very important. That's one of the first. And then they also want to see it continue on through, because I think there are like 2 places where there were connections. And so after they saw it empty, they're like, okay, I want you to go hang out and lie on your stomach on your right side. So, 20 minutes, and we want to take x-rays and just make sure everything really passed through everywhere all the way. So, that was painful without the medicine, but I survived. It was okay. And I'm at home now. I'm still feeling, so how many days has it been? Sorry guys, didn't do the math. So it's like the 20th now, I think, today. So, like 11 days later, still like, or at the end of my liquid diet. So 10 days after I get out or have the surgery, for 10 days, liquid only liquid. I kind of cheated a little. I've had some yogurt. I told my surgeon, she's like, well, you're not supposed to have that. It's not the end of the world, but like, oh, because I looked on some list and I saw it and I thought, oh, well, whatever. It didn't end up hurting me. It didn't hurt me. But what did? Oh my God, it was horrible. I guess I have a sensitivity to fake sugar. I'm not going to say the word right. Aspartame? I don't know how to say it. Sorry, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Gatorade Zero. It was one of the things they recommended. And I do like Gatorade. And it actually tasted really good. And they kept stressing how important it is to be hydrated. I get it. And I'm normally really bad about staying hydrated. So I drank that Gatorade. I probably had like 3 of them or 2 of them in a day. The next day was terrible. I was on the toilet all day, it seemed. My bum was, like when you have a cold and your nose my bum was raw. Oh, it was miserable. But I was like, kind of like in my head, I'm like, it must be the Gatorade, because it was either the Gatorade or the yogurt, but I had the yogurt a couple of other times and really didn't have that problem. So I figured it was the Gatorade, and I stopped that and just had lots of water to try to make up for the diarrhea. And used, I guess, the color of my pee as my litmus test. I don't know if there's a better way to do that, but I'm still a little on the low side I recovered from that, but I'm finding it to be a little bit of a challenge to like figure out when to eat and when to drink. I think I really need to write it out. I'll give you guys an update on that, how I figured it out. It's like, it's supposed to do 30 minutes and an hour. It sounds like complicated algebra. But anyways, the nice things, I'm not hungry. I mean, I'll have like cravings, and I'll like with Indian food or Asian food or something, I might, taste it, just to kind of like satisfy that. It's definitely obviously a mental thing, because my stomach, I mean, even right now, like grumbled, and I can tell it's empty and I need to have some more water. But I'm not like hungry. I'm not hungry. I've lost, so before surgery I was about 260. I'm at 242 now. So it's going down pretty fast. I don't know. So that's what's going on. That's my DS for short, for my duodenal switch. We'll see. Hopefully I'm not going to have the hair loss that I did before. I don't have much left to lose. I can't afford that. So I'm going to make sure I stay on my vitamins and my water and all that jazz. So thanks for watching.